guys, and welcome back to another All Heart video. So for today's video, I wanted to concentrate on some really great Montessori items that I have been able to find through Amazon. I know with the holidays coming up and with manufacturing problems and shipping issues, shipping delays, I thought, what better way to be able to get at least a few Montessori items into your home than through the convenience of Amazon. So I'm going to focus on primarily items for infants through about the age of 1.5. You can even stretch it out to about 2 years of age. And then for the next video, I'll focus on items for a little bit older toddlers into about 4 or 5 years. So hopefully this video is really able to help you, especially for Black Friday. Hopefully some of these items are on sale. So I have a huge list to go through. So let's go ahead and get started on today's video. So the very first item is called a Tappancino, and I feel like I don't see a lot of Montessori families actually talk about this or even mentioning it in some of their baby items, and we absolutely loved ours. So they do sell them on Tappancino.com. The only thing that I've noticed with the site is that like the organic one is completely out of stock. They don't know when that's going to be coming back in stock, and a few favorite colors are out of stock as well, but I was able to find them on Amazon. So again, with all of the items that I am talking about today, I will leave all of the links down in the description below. But the Tappancinos are basically a mat-like Montessori baby pillow, and it really does help to provide a lot of comfort and support and consistency throughout those very important first few months. So think of it kind of like a baby's security blanket. You want to create that sense of not only security and safety, but also that routine that it's so important to get right at the very beginning. So you want your baby to be able to feel secure, to be able to recognize the same smell, the same textures. And it's really, really helpful, especially when you're transitioning from, let's say, having your baby in your arms and then you're trying to place them onto their bed or onto a blanket or somewhere else that is not the warmth and safety of your arms. And then they suddenly end up waking up. So it's really nice to have the Tappancino, because then you're basically just placing the baby onto some sort of flat surface, but they're still on this mat-like pillow that they absolutely love and become accustomed to. So I was actually very happy and surprised that I was able to find this one on Amazon. But like I said, the link is down below. So the very next item is one that I have mentioned in the past, and hopefully I am pronouncing it correctly, but I believe it's called the Baines High Contrast Flashcards. And these are absolutely wonderful. They're perfect for stimulating a baby's visual development, starting from the initial black and white cards to slowly introducing some colored cards as your baby's eyesight begins to develop and get progressively stronger. So I absolutely really just love the different types of cards that you're able to choose from. They're made of very high quality, and these are some that I have used for my own children in the past, and I highly suggest these. So the next item is a high contrast book by Tana Hoban. And again, there are quite a few different books to choose from that will do the same thing. I just happen to like this author in particular because she does her books very, very well. I like the material of the board. I like that the pictures are incredibly bright, and you can really see that high contrast black and white color. So it's just a personal preference, but it is perfect in helping to stimulate that your baby's visual development through the use of these two items. So the next item is the very popular Montessori Munari Mobile, and this one is perfect for stimulating your child's visual development, their tracking, and their focus. And this is the one that is initially introduced. There are a set of 4 that you can introduce as your baby starts to develop. And these are the ones that are more highly rated through Amazon. So I definitely wanted to make sure to include those in today's video. So this next item I have also mentioned before, as it was a favorite of my 2 children, and it is the Haba Fabric Sensory Ball. Now this is perfect. It's the perfect size for your baby to be able to grip. It's very easy to hold, and it includes 8 different sensory effects. And these are perfect for activating your baby's sense of sight, their sense of sound and touch. And although there are a few other ones that I've seen through Amazon, this is by far my favorite one. So the next item that you may want to introduce to your babies are baby rattles. And this one from Hami happens to be, again, one of my favorites. And the reason for that is just because of how well and durable, and you know, the quality is just there in the way that it's made. It's made out of maple and birch, and they are just the absolute perfect size to fit into your infant's hand. But I'm just mentioning the ones that I happen to like, and I have happened to have personally used. So that's why I'm suggesting these in particular. The next item is a baby safe mirror. Now, I know that if you've looked on Pinterest and Instagram, you're going to see a lot of these in their movement areas. And some of them are just plain safe mirrors that they've attached onto the wall so that your baby can get a sense of their surroundings and be able to kind of stimulate themselves by being able to look around and, you know, see themselves. There are other mirrors that come already with that pull-up bar there, so that you have kind of the convenience of both, so for when your baby starts to want to stand up. So this one by Jaunty Craft has really, really amazing reviews. And this is one that is in my kind of list of different ones that I'm looking at. But like I said, it is highly rated, it is safe, and a lot of parents seem to really like it. And the brand, the Jaunty Craft brand, is a really good one. I've purchased other items from them, so it leads me to believe that this would be a very good item as well. So this next item is the Montessori ball rolling drum. And we actually happen to have this one. I did happen to save this one just in case we were thinking of maybe having other babies, and I'm glad I did. But this is such an awesome size. It is rather large, but it is very lightweight. It travels easily. It really stimulates the baby to go after it, especially when they are starting to sit up and starting to kind of rock back and forth in that initial period just before they start crawling. The colors of the balls inside are incredibly bright. It's made of durable materials, and it is also sealed in safe materials. So if baby wants to place it in their mouth, it's absolutely safe. So this one in particular is the one that we went with. And like I said, we've had it for a couple of years, and it is still standing very, very strong. So just like that initial baby rattle, as your babies start to get a little bit older and they start to be able to hold more things in their hands, you may want to introduce some wooden musical instruments. Now, this one from eHome is really, really good. They have so many different varieties of instruments that include like shaking instruments, tapping instruments, beating instruments, blowing instruments. And it's nice for babies to be able to be introduced to different tones and volumes and rhythms. And it really does help to cultivate your child's senses. So again, there are a few other brands that I've been able to see, but this one in particular just really stood out to me just because of 1, the reviews, 2, the quality, and 3, the variety of instruments that are included in this particular set. The Montessori multi-shape puzzle set is absolutely wonderful. And they come in a variety of different ways. Now, the one that I got was separated into 4 different pieces, and I like that about it because then I was able to just set one down in front of my child and have them work on that one particular skill set at a time. Now, some parents choose to go with something like this. This one has the 3. It's got the square, triangle, and all in different vibrant colors. And like it's all personal preference. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but these particular ones that I've been able to find on Amazon are really good quality. And I have had them from when my son was younger, and then my daughter got to use it, and now our future little girl is going to be able to use them as well. So I'm going to leave a couple of different links down below for these puzzles, just because I did mention that there are a few different ones, and that way you can kind of pick and choose the ones that are going to work for you. But these are really, really great additions to that Montessori playground and to your Montessori shelf. Now, there are 2 brands in particular that have stood out to me when it comes to finding Montessori items through Amazon, and that is Adina Montessori and Elite Montessori. Those are the 2 that just really stand out as far as quality, as far as reviews, and I've been able to purchase items from both, and they're been very, very good. So if you are looking for items that are a lot more traditionally Montessori, things that you would find in a early development classroom, then these are the 2 brands that I would consider looking at when you're looking at Amazon. I'm not saying that other brands on there aren't as good. I'm just saying that they seem to really specialize in fabricating higher quality Montessori materials. They are a little bit more expensive than perhaps other brands that you would find on Amazon, but the quality is there, so they are going to last you a lot longer. So like this Montessori permanent object box by Adina, this is perfect for allowing your child to practice hand and eye coordination and understanding that the objects still exist even though they can't see it. Now, this particular one happens to include 3 different balls of different colors and textures. So it's really nice that your child gets to experience the different materials of the balls. And the balls come in the wood finish, plastic finish, and a braided finish. So they get to be able to play and experience those different textures. But I also did include the Elite one as well, just in case that is something that you seem to gravitate more towards than the Adina one. Now, once your baby starts to kind of graduate from placing the balls into that permanent object box, then they're going to start fine-tuning those little grasping fingers, strengthening their little fingers in preparation for other activities as they start to grow. So you may want to introduce the Montessori Coin Box. And this one by Elite Montessori is one of my favorite ones. But it is perfect for babies and toddlers to be able to, again, learn about object permanence and develop and improve those fine motor skills and that hand and eye coordination. Now, if you are one of those parents that want to start introducing some sensory objects for your child to be able to play and discover, then this set from Simply to Play, their sensory bins come with so many different types of little like utensils and little cups and little pots. Babies just seem to really gravitate towards wanting to place things inside of other things, be able to pour things from one container to the next. So I really like the ones from the Simply to Play brand just because, again, they give you a lot of variety and the quality is also there. Now, I often get a lot of questions about our rolling ball ramp. Now, I got this for my daughter when she turned 1, just because at that point she was already standing, she was already taking her first steps. She was a very, very early crawler and walker, and it was just the perfect activity. Now, this one is by a brand called Tag, T-A-G. This is absolutely awesome. And I know that it is a pricier option through Amazon than a few other ones that I've been able to see on there, but I promise you that the quality is there. It is also not super short. Like I've seen ones that are kind of just half the size, but then the ball just travels like 2 rows and then, you know, the ball drops and it doesn't seem as much fun than it going through all of these different particular slots. I believe this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different levels that the ball has to travel through. So it just makes it that much more fun. And again, it is the perfect height for that young toddler. So this is a particular favorite of mine. So I wanted to make sure to include this one in particular, and you are able to find this one through Amazon as well. These baby sensory balls are some of my favorite. They come in a variety of different colors, different textures. They are made of silicone safe materials. So again, if your baby is going to be placing it in their mouth, it's completely safe. And I really like the sizes of these because they are small enough to where your baby is able to hold it, but it is very safe, and it's going to help to promote those fine motor skills and even gross motor skills as they start to initiate those first stages of movement. So I have 2 shape sorting boxes that I was able to find through Amazon. One is by Adina Montessori and the other one is by Plan Toys. Both are trusted brands. Both are brands that I have purchased different items from. So again, it's going to come down to your personal preference. And one of the final items that I wanted to include is also by Adina Montessori. So this is called the Adina Montessori Discs on a Horizontal Dowel. And this is perfect for developing that hand and eye coordination, as well as a really great way to practice those different finger grasping skills that your children are going to need in preparations for eventually being able to color and write and just be able to really fine tune those skills. So out of all of the ones that I was able to kind of see through Amazon, this is the one that stood out the best to me. So that is it, you guys. I hope that this list was able to help you, especially again in preparation for those holiday purchases. I really hope that some of these items are on sale for you this week. I'm so sorry about including this video a little late in the game. It's just been a little bit more challenging to me to bring videos out when I am really close to delivering myself. It's just, it's exhausting. But I'm doing the best that I can because I do want to make sure to bring out these videos in order to help you guys at home, especially during these hectic, crazy holiday times. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like, make sure to subscribe down below and ring that notification bell so that you are notified of when I next post a video. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll see you back here very, very soon.